guys, welcome back to For the Love of Nutrition. Do you struggle with chronic pain or fatigue? Is it preventing you from doing your usual activities or feeling the way you want to feel? Many of you know that I've struggled with a chronic recurrent form of Lyme disease. Just a handful of years ago, I could barely get out of bed and walk. But I'm happy to say over the last few years, I've been steadily regaining my strength and healing. So today, I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks I've learned along the way to get your body feeling the best it possibly can. And it starts with what you put in it. So let's jump in. Although there is still much to discover about chronic pain and fatigue syndromes, we do know they have certain things in common. Generally, they involve a chronic level of stress or inflammation on your body's cells, nerves, and vessels. They may also involve misfiring or hyperactivity of neurons that communicate important signals and sensations to our whole body. So, what can we do about it? First, we want to keep our vessels and our heart strong so that they can deliver oxygen and all those vital nutrients through our blood to every cell in our body. Next, we want to reduce that chronic inflammation and oxidation, which causes damage to our cells. We also want to promote our body's natural detoxification systems to remove unhealthy toxins from our body. In the description below, I'll link to my video all about how to safely detoxify your body. And lastly, we want to keep our nerve cells and signaling pathways working properly. This includes taking good care of our gut, which is also an important communicator to the rest of our body. So now, how do we actually make this happen? Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Drinking plenty of water and other unsweetened drinks helps to keep our blood vessels healthy. It also helps to flush out all of those chemicals and byproducts that build up in our bodies over time. There are certain foods and nutrients that have high anti-inflammatory potential, so let's be sure to include those often. Let's include a rainbow of fruits and vegetables that are naturally high in antioxidants. Besides dark leafy greens, let's also include a variety of other deep, rich colors. Go out of your way to include plenty of herbs, spices, and teas. There's plenty of promising research on anti-inflammatory compounds in things like onion, garlic, ginger, cinnamon, turmeric, and green tea. There's also some research to suggest that glutathione, a very potent antioxidant, can also help reduce pain and inflammation. Include protein with each meal to support our body's natural production of this. In addition, include more cruciferous vegetables, which are a great source of this antioxidant. Things like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, collards, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. Omega-3s, which are considered a healthy fat, are also known to reduce inflammation in our body. Include sources such as fatty fish like mackerel, tuna, salmon, and sardines. Look for eggs that are fortified. Or include plant-based sources like walnuts, canola oil, chia seeds, ground flax, and seaweeds or kelp oil. There are certain amino acids, which are building blocks of protein, that are considered conditionally essential, meaning when our body is under stress, it may need more of these nutrients. However, before considering a supplement of glutamine or arginine, these amino acids, make sure you talk to your dietitian. Otherwise, be sure to include adequate protein throughout your day. Adequate protein is of course also crucial for repairing broken down muscles and tissues, as well as rebuilding healthy cells every second of every day. There is also some research to suggest that not getting enough B vitamins can affect our nerve function. As I mentioned earlier, nerve cells are really important for sending signals and sensations to our entire body. So make sure you're getting enough B vitamins from whole grains, nuts, seeds, eggs, dairy, and other protein sources. There are signals stemming from our gut that can actually communicate to different circuits in our brain and elsewhere. So we know that there's actually a tie between our gut health and inflammation and stress elsewhere in our body. In addition to including plenty of fibers, we also want to look for ways to get live cultures to feed the healthy bacteria in our gut. Include things like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, tempeh, miso, or products with live cultures added. Another thing we want to keep in mind is to choose fresh, unpackaged foods whenever possible. Try to limit items with super long ingredients lists and tons of additives, especially those that you don't recognize. Although food additives are regulated by the FDA and generally considered safe, many of them are so new that we don't know the long-term effects. Same goes for artificial sugars. Although the majority of them have been proven mostly safe, again, we don't know the effects of consuming large quantities over long periods of time. So, stick with fresh or minimally processed and ingredients that you recognize. When struggling with fatigue, we also want to promote steady energy throughout our day. Be careful with large quantities of food at one time, frequent episodes of caffeine throughout your day, as well as really sugary items. All of these things can cause spikes and then crashes in your energy. Instead, try to stick with smaller portions of food throughout the day, limit your sources of caffeine, and try to avoid really sugary items, especially midday when our body tends to hit its own natural crash. Alright, I hope you guys have learned some helpful dietary tips today to help control pain and fatigue. However, just remember, nutrition is only one factor. It is not a replacement for seeking medical advice from your doctor and specialists like rheumatologists, neurologists, and physical therapists. There are also many other factors at play, including adequate sleep and stress reduction, as well as exercise. See the link in the description below to my video all about how to improve your sleep. My last bit of advice is never give up. It may seem like a really long road, but every little change you make to take better care of your body will have lasting benefits. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you get back to your strong, spry self in no time.